Hey everyone, what is going on? This is Wilson. Thank you for watching again. And in this video, I wanted to kind of go over what it will take to stop Khabib, right? Um, Khabib, he's definitely one of the best fighter of all time, no doubt in this sport as well as in UFC, any league in general, mixed martial arts. We haven't seen anybody that was able to tear him down. His grappling game is just insane. Once he gets you on the ground, if you've been watching Khabib for a while, then you know that he will just crush you. You know, whether it's a pounding you or whether it's submitting you, he's just so well versed. And then there's a lot of debate going on, back and forth, like who can stop him, what it take to stop him. As of now, I don't think there is anybody today that can stop Khabib, but there are ways that people can improve the chances of being able to take down Khabib. Um, like I said, if once he gets on your back, if your back is facing him and you're on the ground, it's over, right? We've seen Conor McGregor try this. He has super good endurance. Khabib's endurance is insane. He's able to just last under the ground and he still can come back up at full force and he will stalk you down and throw those strikes and take you down again. So if your back is facing him, then you're most likely going to get into some sort of submission and the game's over. He's going to choke you out. He's going to do something to you, or he's going to pound you to death, right? He'll cut you with the elbows or whatever. So that automatically goes to a stand-up game, which is like Conor McGregor's specialty, right? Conor doesn't do well on the ground, but look at what happened with Conor McGregor. Even though Conor McGregor tried so hard to just do all those counter punches. He was still focused and everything. But the problem with the Conor McGregor fight versus Khabib was that Conor McGregor was tiring out each time he got taken to the ground. Khabib will warn him out, and if you look at like the fourth, fifth round, Conor just ran out of juice, right? Each time he got to the ground, he had a hard time breathing the entire time, while Khabib was still, filled with endurance, filled with energy, and he was able to get back up, stalk you down, throw a couple strikes to Conor, and boom, go for another takedown. So I think Conor did decently well defending most of the takedowns until he got to like the last couple rounds or even the last round where he just ran out of juice. But in order to really take out Khabib, you got to be able to kind of harass him at an early stage, and you have to be able to keep the distance. So that's why I wanted to bring up this fight with Barboza right here, as you can see the clip. I think Barboza was one of the closest to come close, at least with the strategy, to attack Khabib and try to win. Barboza did extremely well with those kicks. Those kicks, those inner kicks, kept harassing Khabib, and Khabib was taking damage from it. Yeah, he takes kicks really well, but he was getting worn out. The kicks, they were hurting him. They were hurting Khabib after like four or five. And everyone knows that, like people who practice MMA, they know how painful those kicks can be, right? When you take a couple hits. We can see a perfect example of Jose Aldo versus Faber. One kick will not knock you out. Two kicks might not. But those stack up and they end up paying dividends in the long run. So if you're able to keep your distance against Khabib, don't get taken down. And you see this clip right here. Look closely. See, back-to-back kicks, inner kicks by Barboza. Very powerful. Very powerful. Dodging Khabib. Oh, boom. You see that third one right there? Khabib flinched a little bit because he felt the pain. Like I said, these pains stack up. But now, what was the problem with this fight? Even though he did so well with all these harassing and the kicks, problem same thing with as Barboza. Same thing with Conor McGregor. He ran out of juice. Towards the end, he couldn't take it anymore. And Khabib, his endurance is just so insane, so aggressive. When it comes to striking and standing up, he's one dimensional. He's just going forward, forward, forward with powerful 1-2, 1-2 punches. But once he gets close to you and he stalks you down, takes you to the ground, you see that ground and pound, it's a hard game. He'll cut you with the elbow, he'll pound you to death, or he'll find a way just to hard submit you. He doesn't even need to pull anything fancy to knock you out. So if you were to ask me, what will it take to beat Khabib? I think it would need to be a fighter, obviously in his weight class, that can keep the distance really well, circle around the ring really well. You don't want to be at the edge of the cage. Being able to just non-stop harassing him every single round with very good endurance and at least some really good defense on the ground game. Um, I don't think there's any specific fighter out there right now, but to be able to beat Khabib at his current stage before he gets like too old or something like that, I would say that it will have to go to a decision. So they probably have to do enough damage and land enough points in the early round and hopefully go to a decision win while avoiding to get taken down or pushed to the edge of the cage. Uh, anyone, if there's one person that comes close, maybe Tony Ferguson, because he has the range and he has the counter, and he's really good at kind of sliding out of situations to avoid hitting that cage. But it's very tough because they both will go at it, and it might be a grappling game again. And when it gets into a grappling game, Khabib's gonna win. So those are my thoughts on how somebody can beat Khabib. Of course, I'm not trying to create a debate over here or get harsh comments, but that's just my analysis on what I feel is a proper strategy to go against Khabib. You know, hopefully you guys enjoyed my video, and if you like this, subscribe and thumbs up. You can always follow me on Twitter @iswilson8. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.